Okay, for 8B, I kind of already wrote some stuff that we had written in our notes, just a reminder that a vertical asymptote is a vertical line that has an equation of x equals a number. A horizontal asymptote has the equation of y equals a number. And then an oblique asymptote goes like slanted, and I don't really need to find the equation, but the point is that it's not a constant, and so my graph will go up towards infinity in the y direction or down towards negative infinity in the y direction. Okay, so knowing that, the other thing that we wrote in our notes was about what a limit means, but let's come back to that. First, let's just label our asymptotes. So I have a vertical asymptote here at x equals -3. And then I have a second vertical asymptote at x equals 4. And then I also have a horizontal asymptote that's right along the x-axis, but I want to write the equation of the line because that will help me later. So y equals 0. Okay. So to find the limit, remember that we had written in our notes that the limit of f of x means, remember f of x is y, the limit of f of x as x approaches whatever means, hey, what is y going towards as x goes towards this thing? And this could have a plus next to it, which means it's approaching it from the right, or it could have a minus next to it, which means it's approaching it from the left. So the from the right and from the left is the important piece. So coming up here, when it says as x approaches -3 from the right, what that means is I'm coming up along this asymptote, but I'm coming at it from the right side. So I'm going to really zoom in on it. That's as far as I can zoom. And I have the graph doing something on the right and something on the left. And it's saying, what is happening on the right side of this graph? So if I look at this, what's happening on the right side is as the graph gets closer and closer to that asymptote from the right, it goes down, and downwards is towards negative infinity. So remember, the y value is going to negative infinity. Whereas the next question says, what is happening when x approaches -3 from the left? What's happening to y? And so that is saying, okay, like now I'm real zoomed in and I'm saying what's happening as I approach this vertical line from the left side. From the left side, I'm going up to, as I get closer and closer and closer and closer, it goes forever up to positive infinity. So y is going to positive infinity. So these are my answers, by the way, negative infinity and then positive infinity. And then I'm looking at my other asymptotes. So limit as x approaches 4 from the right. So as x approaches 4 from the right, on the right side, the graph is going up to positive infinity. That's this one. And as x approaches 4 from the left side of 4, it's going down to negative infinity. Okay, the final two limits are asking what happens as x goes to negative infinity. Remember, negative infinity, that's all the way to the left. So what is happening to my graph as x goes to the left? What is y approaching? Y is approaching that asymptote of 0. And as x goes to the right, what is y approaching? Y is approaching, again, that asymptote of 0. Okay, so I hope that helps you understand the limits. So for number two, which I don't know what happened to the 2, I must have put a picture over it. For number 2, we are going to again label the vertical asymptote with the x equals whatever number equation. And here the horizontal asymptote is at y equals 1. And that is also important to label so you know as x goes left really far, right really far, towards negative infinity or positive infinity, that it is approaching that asymptote. So as x approaches 2 from the right, what is y doing? So we're going upwards, so that is positive infinity. As x approaches 2 from the left, what is y doing? So we're going downwards, that is negative infinity. As x goes to the left all the way, or towards negative infinity, what is y doing? Y is getting closer and closer to 1. And then finally, as x approaches infinity, so as x goes to the right, what is y doing? Once again, y is getting closer and closer to that asymptote of 1. Okay, now number 3 is different because remember we said that oblique asymptote is going to have y equals mx plus b. It's going to have a slope to it. It might have a positive slope, it might have a negative slope, but either way, it is not a constant flat number like this y equals 1 or y equals 0. So I'm not going to have these zeros or these ones as x goes to negative or positive infinity, as x goes left forever or right forever. So let's label our asymptotes again. So our vertical asymptote here is x equals negative 4. Vertical asymptote here is x equals 2. And then this oblique asymptote, again, I don't know what the equation is. I could totally figure it out, but I don't care because it's not a constant number, so I don't need it to help me find these last two. So as x approaches negative 4 from the right, if I zoom into the vertical asymptote of negative 4, what is the graph doing to the right of it as it gets closer and closer to that vertical asymptote? The y value is going up towards positive infinity. And as the graph approaches the vertical asymptote of x equals negative 4 from the left, remember, that's what that thing means. What is the graph doing? So the graph is going on the left of that asymptote, it's going down towards negative infinity. And then we'll look at x equals 2. So as we approach x equals 2 from the right, what is y doing? So y on the right is going up to positive infinity. And as we approach that asymptote from the left, my y is going down to negative infinity. And then finally, for the last two, as x approaches negative infinity, so as x goes left, what is y doing? So this has like a horizontal component to the left, but then it has a vertical component going down to negative infinity. So that is what is different with the oblique asymptote. And then when x goes to positive infinity, so on the right over here, as x goes to positive infinity, my graph is both going to the right and going up at the same time. So the y values are going up to positive infinity also. All right, so I hope that helped you understand 8b.